And we welcome back to the stage, first of all, the reigning Bruges Open champion from Germany, Paul Krohne! We now welcome back to the stage the former Antwerp Open champion, the reigning Denmark Masters and Iceland Masters champion from the Netherlands, Corné, Groeneveld!
So let us have one last Dutch darting dance between Corné Groeneveld of the Netherlands and Paul Krohne of Germany. What a campaign these two have had. What a moment it will be for one of them when they are crowned the winner of one of the most prestigious open events in world darts. Starting with Corné. He defeated Lennart Vos in the quarterfinals, not scoring at his best, but finishing clinically indeed. He blew away a former Dutch Open winner, Jarno Bottenberg, in the early stages of his semi-final before winning convincingly 2-0. As for Paul Krohne, he's looked very convincing, not just today, but all tournament. The highest running average of anyone that has competed here, which, bearing in mind there have been over 4,000, is no mean feat. Heine Uldrichs and the #1 seed, Jensen Walker, were taken care of. Who can start quicker? Who can lay the first glove? Throw a few punches in the early stages. Will it be the Dutchman or will it be the German? Richard Ashdown is alongside me, Dan McCarthy, to call in the final match of this year's Dutch Open, and there is not much to separate these two.
Nope, everywhere you look, stats align. A little look at the world rankings before the walk-ons began. Nothing much to separate them there. They came into this event as the number 3 and 4 seeds. Corné 1 place above Paul. In the world rankings, provisionally, they're at number 5 and 7 respectively. But a win for either here will see them move up into the top 3. It's a tough one to call. And just a note on that, Jensen Walker's run to the semi-final here has now put him up to the #1 position, ahead of the USA's Jason Brandon. So he'll be disappointed losing out in the semi, but a very fruitful weekend for Jensen, and some fruitful scoring there for Krona. The German looking to break through. You asked who would start the quicker, Dan.
And he's looking like Paul Krohne. Not taking any chances, looks at the bull.
70. Unicorn 146.
Needed 2 big trebles to have a go at double 16. Didn't get any of them. 25 left for Paul Krohne. Now double 8s.
17.
Yeah, because of that previous shot selection, looking at the bull route for 95, meant he only had 1 dart.
59. Ball unicorn 8.
Yeah, 1 dart bull and 2 at the double. It could have set up with 3 big singles.
It's
all academic now because the double 2 is found. No regrets.
Well, the confidence won't exactly be flowing in Corné's veins after that first leg.
But they both should be pretty confident overall with how they've been performing up there. They've both looked relaxed, fluent, full of confidence, smiles.
93.
Very much like us, Dan.
They both are confident characters. Krohne, you can tell from the way that he reacts and interacts with the crowd, and Corné does back his own ability. He's had a couple of campaigns at Lakeside that haven't gone to plan. He's shown flashes, and he's a very, very diligent practicer. You don't often see him off the board.
140.
Trained chef, and he quit his job in the kitchen to be able to focus more on darts. There's a normal 9-to-5 job in a bakery now.
95.
So these are 2 guys who combine their love of darts with full-time jobs, so it's admirable they've got to this stage.
Absolutely, but the talent will come through.
95. Corné Unicorn 108.
To level things up here, the 19s route. Single, treble for double 16.
That's game short in the second round. Groeneveld.
Well, the combination finishing theme continues with Groeneveld. It's another ton plus checkout.
Third leg is Corné to throw first.
108's one of those very nice numbers, as you mentioned, Rich. The one that you can just take your pick.
Yeah.
Go 19s, 20s, 17s if you prefer.
Yep, Shanghai 18s we see some attempt. And even 16s is a safe route. Wherever you land around that treble, you're still on the finish. So yeah, 104 and 108, we just wait and see what treble they look at. I'm not sure how aware Paul Krohne would be that there's never been a German winner of the Dutch Open senior competition.
100.
Closest we came was Andre Welger back in 2001. I think it was Raymond's first title. Raymond van Barneveld picking up the title in Veldhoven in 2001, beating the German in the final. The German woman winning earlier.
97.
Heike Ernst back in the 90s, I think.
140.
God bless them spreadsheets.
It's all off the top of my head. Most things are.
60. Corné Unicorn 120.
I've realised. 120.
100. Ball Unicorn 164.
Krona won the first leg. Groeneveld broke back, and Krona doesn't look like he's going to break here.
87. Gonna unicorn.
Reliance on Corné missing. Corné does not miss. He goes 2-1 up in the first set. First of 3 sets here in the Dutch Open final.
And you feel they're going through the gears now.
121.
We've barely seen Paul Krohne away from that 90 average the whole tournament, so we know that will rise once again. It's been Dutch dominance in recent years here at the Dutch Open, hasn't it? Groeneveld hoping that continues. A sensible switch. Leaves a biggie. Krohne will also be thinking, stay on the 19s, leave a 170. The treble's even better, the 132. Well, serving the snacks out there. Could be serving champagne in a moment because we're on the 132.
95. Ball unicorn 132.
Is Paul going to pop the cork? Oh, wow. Double 16.
160.
Put the champagne on ice.
69.
Big cocktails for this finish.
29. Ball unicorn 60. And that's game short of the 4.
Double 8. And Paul Krohne levels the first set up at 2-all. Groeneveld will be hoping to hold.
100.
Yeah, as I said, the standard will rise.
I did just wonder whether that first start in the bullseye for Paul was so plumb. I wondered whether he was going to look at the 14s maybe, but he followed it, he persisted, and he was right to do so.
I actually had to silence myself from going into bullseye overdrive at that point, Dan. Always respectful of the lead commentator.
134.
Well, I'm glad, because I think both players would have heard you and would have turned around with an accusatory glance.
100.
Now, you were educating our listeners earlier with a 271, saying start on 19s, because if you hit treble and single, you can go for the bull.
And if you hit 9 of them, you can leave tops.
171.
Well played, Paul.
Hello.
78. Paul unicorn 100.
Yep, so all upstairs now after the 171 setup. Ooh, try to lay that on top, the treble for double 10. We know again the tops is always the option there.
It was the right shot considering the way his darts land.
Brilliant set so far.
51.
Doesn't go the Dutchman's way. Could be a steal.
Paul unicorn 20.
Double 10. Double 5 for the opening set. Oh, that could be so costly. Not just in this set, but in the match overall.
Corné's had darts at double in every leg so far. And gets the requisite 3 to go 1-0 up in sets.
Second set, first leg is Paul through first.
Game on indeed.
140.
If you are newer to darts, we welcome you. If you are wondering about the history of the Dutch Open, just don't underestimate how big a tournament this is, particularly for the Dutch guys. Thousands of them descend on it every year. It's part of the Dutch darting tapestry and culture.
180.
Groeneveld, a man on a mission, but Krohne wants to put a spanner in the works.
121.
Yeah, I think it's an event, and it's rare, certainly in darts, it's an event that transcends the sport. It goes beyond. I was asked at passport control in coming in where I was going, I mentioned Asen, and both of the staff at immigration mentioned the darts.
This is big.
And I do wonder how many we would have here if the entries weren't capped.
No cap on quality in this final. This is for a hold.
16. Krohne 42.
It's all about timing, and that 180.
6. Ball unicorn 40.
Untimely miss. Tops. It's given him some problems. It's also been a friend at times.
Second leg is Corné to fill first. 100.
I'm a fan of the Corné Groeneveld monogram on the back of his shirt. Called Corné, it's cone-shaped.
58.
There's
Is
one
it?
letter difference.
Is it? Is it cone-shaped?
Yeah.
100.
Sort of.
99.
Oh, Krohne shape. Is that? Sorry.
100.
Comfortable leg for Corné.
60. Corné unicorn 80. And that's great.
Up the ladder to tops.
I'm not sure if Krohne subconsciously took a bit of a breather there, but wasn't anywhere near in that leg.
40.
Knowing he has the darts here, and if needed in the fifth leg,
140.
both players switch back on.
Like that.
41.
Not much to like there for Paul. Only 41 scored.
41.
Corné follows suit.
I mentioned earlier, I'm a real fan of the languid style of Paul Krona, and also the rapid pace.
40.
Corné.
You've got to pay tribute to the fact that these guys can play at this standard, having had a long weekend, just a long day, let alone everything they played over the course of the last couple of days. Wrong treble, so the shot's no longer on.
56. Corné unicorn 120. 80. Ball unicorn 70.
Double 16.
38. Corné unicorn 40.
Pivotal points.
Really is.
That's game shot. Good evening. 4 leggers Corné to fill first. Game on.
That might have been a bit jammy, but you make your own luck in this sport.
100.
The best deflection he's ever had.
Absolutely. Never mind cone shaped, it could have gone pear shaped there. Deflection though, saw it go in the double, and it's a key break. Sounds easy. Hold your throw from now on. You win the match 3-0.
140.
And you're the Dutch Open champion, Corné. Not easy though, is it?
If only it was that easy.
99.
Yeah, when you're paying credit to the players still performing at a high level after these days, there's so many different darts events and formats that test you in different ways.
54.
And this is the endurance test. Any champion at the Dutch Open, it always comes into the conversation very early that they've stayed the course. It's one of the toughest things to do.
Krohne with 106.
Choices. Only just in the 14, but that is plumb in double 16. And Corné Groeneveld does get the second set. A second ton plus checkout of the game. And another
Lethal
one of
with
those
combos,
wonderful
Dan.
combos.
Yeah.
100.
Couldn't scribble it down quick enough, could you? Now, I mentioned at the end of the first set, it felt like an early part of the match. You don't win the match in the first set, but you could well have lost it, Krohne, with those missed doubles. Would have been against the throw. And now, really in trouble.
2 costly misses. And they followed on from that excellent 171 setup, so
Yeah.
that was almost rendered pointless.
140.
We were speaking to your pairs partner, Michael van Dijk, just a little bit ago, who had a great run. We've got to pay tribute to him to the last 64 of the Dutch Open singles, and he simply said by the time he got to that game, his arm was dropping off because you've thrown so many darts over the course of the weekend.
Yeah.
It just becomes tired and tight.
124.
I mean, he's back from carrying me in the pairs. Oh, great recovery, another.
61. Ball you require with 134.
This would be special. Again, agree with the follow. Would have left double 7, but just keep that flow with the first.
Yep, don't mind it.
Doesn't like the look of double 9. Takes it down a notch to double 8. Cool and calm there when needed. Yeah, I've heard that a lot, Dan, as you mentioned in that leg. I've heard a lot of players talking about their arm or their shoulder, the aches and pains.
96.
Topic of conversation on the practice board between the players. These two still looking fine, Vettel though.
25.
And on that point, while we have a moment to do so, it's not just the players that deserve the credit, it's the officials running an event of this scale. There's nothing else like it. There's no practice run. It's once a year, 5,000–6,000 people in the same venue, and it's so well coordinated.
It's metronomic. Everyone knows what they're doing, and they do it to a T. It really does shine a hugely positive light on the NDB for what they do for the sport of darts. We're very well looked after, and it is overall a great event that everyone should try, as Krona tries on double 16.
60.
Now, if Corné can hit this,
67.
he might just about hand him the title. Bullseye.
Ball you required 32.
Hats off for the effort.
There it is, keep short of the second one.
What moments we've just seen there. Showstopper of a 167, almost hit. The show goes on. The last-ditch double four.
Corné keeps his record up. We've had 11 legs so far, and he's had a dart at double in every single one of them. He is creating chances for himself. And if you can do that, one good throw, another leg on the board.
This is what we love about set play. How quick things can change. It's not going to be easy, but Krona, if he can hit another big score here, puts himself in prime position. There it is, to break throw in this crucial third leg. Just when he needs it.
39. Ball you require 81.
There's an argument here not to go for the bull, but
51. Krohne Unicorn 170.
I guess he did come very close to the 167. It's a bullseye!
Wow. That is a stunning check out from Corné Groeneveld. And it puts him within a leg of the Dutch Open title. All Paul Krohne could do was watch.
Wow, indeed. Well, for everyone watching and supporting the Dutch Open today, that's the cherry on the cake. What a great leg Krohne had played.
Yeah.
Missing the ball for a 12 to break.
Nothing you can do in that situation other than begrudgingly take your hat off and congratulate your opponent.
And that's the conundrum that will never go away in darts, because statistically you could say, look, I'm better, I've got more chance of winning the leg if I don't go for the bull and hit a big single. It's unlikely my opponent's going to go out on 170. Well, that 180 looked likely after those first two.
115. Ball you require 72.
Double 16 to save the match.
56.
So, pick out your route. Treble 20, double 12, or treble 16 for double 18.
84. Ball you require 16.
You could be saying Auf Wiedersehen.
No score. Krohne you require 20.
He's won 5 titles in his WDF career. He might have to wait for number 6.
Ball you require 16.
It would have been the biggest of them all, but the wait goes on.
Fifth leg is going to throw first.
Magnificent response. Brilliant. That is class. Good grief.
5 180s from Paul Krohne, 3 in the last 3 legs.
60.
Wonderful stuff.
Feels like the 12th round of a boxing bout.
140.
And I'm wondering if the crowd are in two minds, as we are. There's the home support, of course, for Groeneveld, but we'd love to see this carry on for at least another 3 legs. 121.
121.
in Belgium, in the Faroe Islands, in Iceland, and in Denmark.
53.
Still he waits.
Paul Unicorn, 81.
This will take us to a fourth set. Paul Krohne is made of tough stuff, and that is a superb 11-dart leg against the throw.
What a set of darts we've just enjoyed there. Krohne, in the third leg, missed ball for a 12-darter to break, only to see that magnificent 170 go in. We've seen Groeneveld have darts for the title, and now Paul Krohne taking this into a fourth set with, as you say, that 11-dart leg. And it continues.
180. 140.
Those title darts, double 10 and double 5, need to be put behind him.
127.
127, not a 177 as was intended.
What a burst this has been.
In the space of about 5 minutes, he's put 7 points on his average.
60.
And he's hovering around that 90 mark.
That's right, but as you say, it really dropped off.
52. Paul Unicorn, 134.
Doesn't need to go for the two trebles and double 7 here. As inviting as it was, different scenario.
94.
Sets it up.
Paul Unicorn, 40.
Well, the crowd have gone a little quiet. They were singing in the last set, but
97. Paul Unicorn, 20.
a little bit of nerves from the home support.
That's Green shoulder the first one.
Well, I think it's far too premature to suggest that their man is in trouble, but Paul Krohne continues playing at this standard for the remainder of the game. Who knows what will occur?
100. $140. 45.
Now, we were wondering how the line had so much airtime. We've just noticed there are two of them.
60.
It's like the Van Tripes, isn't it? I don't realise there's two of them.
58.
Danny and his twin brother Wesley. Danny we saw earlier in the pairs, and his twin brother Wesley have been enjoying the Dutch Open this weekend. I mean, they have to be twins, surely.
60. Corné Unicorn, 153.
Trouble 19.
93.
Time's on his side.
Well, he's got creative to try and leave a finish. 225s.
68.
We'll leave him on that 170.
60.
Some would say a negative shot.
That's Green shoulder the second.
Some would say an irrelevant shot.
Fergus ball through first. King. 58.
On a knife edge now, isn't it? Not the best of starts. And look at this.
Well, Paul's just gone off the boil again.
140.
We had a bit of a 180 fest, didn't we? Can the carnival restart here?
180.
Paul Krohne is back on the boil.
Yeah, Marco had a bit of a rest.
59.
All of one leg.
Yep, time to get the vocal cords going once again. Now the 18s.
95.
That's when it would have been handy to leave the 170.
He's made a calculated gamble that Groeneveld isn't to get to a finish. He was right to do so.
And this is always going to be the unsolvable riddle in darts. There's no right or wrong. It's just how you feel at that moment. Keep scoring or do the mathematical option.
99. Ball you require 32.
Nothing to figure out here.
That's game short in the third. Ball falling as brilliant through first.
Any darts player will tell you to leave double 16 after 12 darts, you're in a good place.
Corné Groeneveld on darts at double in the first 11 legs of this match. He has subsequently only had one in the last 4.
100.
It's so easy to say to a player, if you are in their corner, if you're advising them, just put those 2 match darts behind you. But how? How do you do it?
And this is where I have the admiration for these players, that with everything else they're contending with, we've talked about the stamina, we've talked about the audience, the fact you're on a big stage, it's a big title. But you've also got those arguments going on in your head. When he hit that 170, Corné, he would have felt like a champion, like a superstar, like a hero. Now, the heart starts to sink. It's slipping away.
Can Corné find a shot to get the Greenfield army back in full voice?
134.
That'll do.
116. 56. Corné Unicorn 143.
Big checkouts have been his speciality, but not to be on this occasion. Leaves single to double. On top of that,
40. Corné Unicorn 43.
2 darts missed to take us all the way.
27.
That time the deflection not working.
20.
That does.
The 4th set. Krohne. 5th set, first
would you believe it? Corné Groeneveld could have won this match 3 sets to 0. He had 2 darts for it, and now he's going to have to hold serve. He started off well.
As I've mentioned, no German man come to the Dutch Open and walked away with the title.
140.
He'll be in the Aspiranten next year.
And I bet he averages 80. Kids these days.
Can borrow my dart shirt. Oh, this is magic here. Brilliant. Switches to the ball.
Corné Unicorn 161. 36.
Paul Krona starting the deciding set on another 11 darter to break.
60. Corné Unicorn.
Paul Krona has not led this darts match since the very first leg. He will be given a chance to correct that start.
Paul Unicorn 60.
Double 2. And would you believe it? Double 2 won him that very first leg. It's won him this one. And Paul Krona gets his nose in front.
Second leg, it's ball to throw first. Keating. 81.
Since the Dutch Open returned after the COVID hiatus,
100.
it's been Dutchman all the way. Jelle Klaassen, Berry van Peer, Jarno Bottenberg, Jeffrey Spadidans. It looked like Corné Groeneveld was going to be added to that list. 2 dots missed for the title. Ross Montgomery, our last winner from outside of the Netherlands
16.
in 2020. And you have to go back to 1992, Dan, for a winner outside of the Netherlands or indeed the UK. Leo Lorenz, the Belgian. Today we could see it cross the border to Germany for the first time ever.
100. René Uruguay, 105.
Double 16.
89.
Well, it looked nailed on, one of his combo finishes.
82.
And that's the first sign of real vocal frustration from Corné.
42.
Frustration could have turned to pure anguish, but he's been let off the hook and he breaks back. Double 8 is found.
Fergus Corné to fill first.
We've got what we expected. We thought this was going to be a tight Dutch Open final.
Certainly what we hoped for. 9! Could it? Can he?
140.
We shall see. Imagine.
I'm imagining.
Do it now, Paul.
We've seen the big fish from the big Dutchman.
57.
Big players produce big moments in big occasions. We are going to be denied a perfect leg. Refocus, set up.
Treble 15 or treble 7, the safer routes. Going for the 25, you could inadvertently hit the bull. Some sensible stuff, and Krohne has been favouring tops.
Seen one of those already. Well, double 13.
Yep, it's a mirror image. A bit of symmetry on the board. Not intentional.
Corné Uruguay, 108.
Another turning point.
Wow.
Paul Uruguay, 13.
Well, 14 has been the villain twice over there for both players. Now what about unlucky 13? It's lucky for some. It's lucky for Paul Krohne. The double 14 could have scuppered him. It was the double 7 that scuppered Corné. It really has been a tale of neighbouring doubles and trebles today, hasn't it? Hello.
83.
It's okay. For every 1 treble visit Powell throws, Corné probably needs a 2 treble visit. Just hanging on to the back of him. Almost losing count of the 180s. It's 10 now. 10 for Paul Krohne. It's 4 for Corné. It probably deserves a last leg shootout, but Paul Krohne's doing his level best to make sure we don't have one.
58. Paul Unicorn, 98.
Look what Corné's sat on.
Krohne Unicorn, 170.
The lightning strike twice. There's the answer, and emphatically so.
9.
Well, if that is the end, it is a sad ending for Corné Groeneveld. He's missed 2 darts for the match. But Paul Krohne has made the comeback. And this year, it is the Deutsche Open here in Assen. Paul Krohne, with the biggest title of his career, has defeated the local hero, Corné Groeneveld. You have to feel so sorry for the Dutchman, who missed 2 darts to win 3-0. He had that spellbinding 170 checkout. But Krohne stayed strong. He stayed firm and resilient, and he has picked up the Dutch Open singles title.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we move into the presentation for our Open singles, and we welcome back to the stage Mr. Francis van Kouten. And ladies and gentlemen, a fantastic final. Unfortunately, there had to be a loser. Your finalists this year.